people of YouTube, welcome to today's video. Today's video I'm going to do a video about being demi-romantic. Yay, yay. I thought about making this kind of video for like a long time. Like I never did. I thought about making a coming out video about this, but I'm like, I don't really want to make it like a big thing. But I want to make a video talking about it. But like, yeah, you got it. I am demi-romantic. I'm biromantic, asexual, and demi-romantic, which means bi is, you know, like men and women, non-binary pals or whatever. But I only like them romantically, not sexually. I'm still asexual. And asexual is like a sexual attraction. And demi-romantic. Demi-romantic is on the aromantic spectrum, and aromantic means lack of romantic attraction to others. It's like a romantic orientation. It's not to do with sexuality. But yeah, it's supposed to be asexual and aromantic, and some people misinterpret asexuals as being aromantic as well. Because I've had people say, when I was in a relationship at the time, people were like, you're in a relationship but you're dating so-and-so and you're asexual. It's like, yeah, you can still date somebody without doing the sex bit, obviously. It's like you can still be in a relationship and just skip the sex part. I know many people have been confused about that. I think asexual is basically aromantic as well when it's not. It's like you can be, I think you can be aromantic and have sexual attraction, but I don't know. I remember like one of my aromantic and asexual friends was confused about that, but probably possible. Obviously I can't relate to that because obviously I'm asexual. I don't feel sexual attraction towards anybody. And demi-romantic, I'm not fully aromantic though. It's basically demi-romantic is basically when you feel like aromantic at first because you don't feel romantic attraction to just anybody. Feel romantic attraction once the bond is created, like develops more romantic feelings for somebody over time. But yeah, it could be any sexuality and gender. You know, demisexual is a bit like that but with romantic attraction, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. But yeah, and I figured that I might be on the aromantic spectrum. I didn't realise for a long time. And I thought I might be grey romantic, which is when you sometimes feel romantic attraction, which isn't me. I can feel romantic attraction when I'm in a relationship and, you know, when I've got feelings for somebody in a romantic way. But probably why I barely crush on people. Like, I've never crushed on many people in my life. Like, people had celebrity crushes and I used to just say randomly Rosh Lynch or something. That's what I used to randomly say, but I never really had a fully crush on him. It's because like my bestie at the time was all into crushing on guys, and she's like the opposite to me. She like crushes on like every guy that's like cute. I was like the complete opposite. Like I never understood it. Like love at first sight and all that is what I'm saying. I never understand it, and to me it's a load of bullshit, but other people will tell you different. Is you believe in it or you don't. I guess I don't, obviously, because I've never experienced it. I can't love somebody I just met. If I just saw a picture of this person or saw them like in town, I could never be like, oh, he's cute or she's cute. Like I could never, yeah, I could never have like romantic feelings towards them. I'd be like, oh my god. No, I could never. I feel like definitely before I have to be friends with somebody, and then it might develop like over time, but not always though. I don't crush on like all my friends or anything. I didn't know that. For example, my best friend Hazza and Scottish Dan and Michaela, they're all my besties. I've never had a crush on them. Hazza, although a lot of people throughout school, college, and even sociables, throughout the times people have asked me if he's my boyfriend. No, he's my best friend, and that's how it's gonna be. I see him more as a friend or like a brother. That's how I see him. He has asked me out before, but I said no, rather stay friends, because I thought about it and I'm like, I don't like him like that. So no, I've never had feelings for Hazza. It's like Scottish Dan, he's my best internet bestie, but I have feelings for him. He's just my best friend only. It's same with Michaela. I've never had feelings for her actually. She's just my best friend. I remember like many times even on YouTube I'm like, he's not my fucking boyfriend. It is a bit annoying. It really is. It's like you can be friends with guys and they don't have to be your boyfriend. Like it is quite annoying. And the thing is, he's now got a girlfriend and I'm happy for him. Like, you know, I hope it works out for him. Yeah, I never really got love at first sight. It just, nah. I think like throughout school I remember like people were like, who's your crush? I don't really have a crush on anybody, but probably one person, which I'll get into in a sec. I didn't like any of the guys in that way, no way. I just used to say, oh, him, Jerry. I just use that name. It's not his name, is that and that chicken. I didn't really have feelings for the person. I just said it randomly because everybody had a crush on somebody, so I just said some random name, and he was in my classes, but I said no feelings for him. And he found out, but I didn't have feelings for him, so it was like, oh, this is. Luckily he never asked me out because I would have said no. And the only person I probably really had a crush on in school was my old best friend. She didn't find out in the end because I did tell her in the end when I came out as bi and everything when we were still friends. But we're not friends, we just kind of lost contact as we got older. We never exactly had a big fallout. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it here. When she moved away and all that, we kind of drifted apart over time. She was in my older vlogs. I'm not going to say names, but you know who you are. I don't have a crush on her now, but at the time I did. And remember, I also had about, I think this is after her or something, I don't know. I had a crush on my internet best friend who was a girl. So you can imagine, so I used to question, am I gay then? But yeah, sometimes I do consider myself gay because I like to. Of course, sometimes I just feel like I am more that than, I don't know. Because sexuality is a confusing thing, man. But I don't like the term lesbian. Like, I think because when I was back in school and all that, I was bullied for being a lesbian. And I just don't like that term. And, like, if you identify as a lesbian, I fully support you. I just don't like the label for myself, if you know what I mean. I like the term gay, I just love that word. Like, oh, I'm gay. No. I don't fully say that, I'm just like, I'm kinda gay. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I can feel romantic attraction, but not sexual attraction. This video I feel is all over the place. So, I do not feel sexual attraction to anybody, even if I'm in a relationship. But romantic attraction, I can. If I'm in a relationship or have a crush on somebody or whatever. Which, right now, I don't even know if I have a crush on somebody. It's like one of them confusing things. I think it's part of me being demiromantic and probably autistic. It's confusing, I don't know. Like, many times, people will be like, have you got a crush? And I'll say no. Because sometimes I actually generally don't, and this is partly probably because I'm demi-romantic. Like, I barely crush on people. And I remember, like, one of the support workers at socials was like asking, do I have a crush on somebody? I don't have a crush on that person, but like, I was like, no. So I generally don't. And right now, I don't know. I don't think I do. It's confusing. I really don't fucking know. But yeah, I can't just have a crush on some random person. I have to be like friends with them first. I don't think I crushed on anybody at socials except one person, but it didn't last very long. And I never told the person because they're staff, and obviously, you know, you can't date staff. I know that, I'm fully aware. No, I don't think I had a crush on anybody in college. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. That's gonna make me burp now. I do not care. But I've only ever been in like 4 internet relationships. I've never dated in real life, never kissed in real life. Wow. I've never had my kiss, my first kiss. My closest to kissing somebody, my old best friend. You know who you are. I'm not gonna say names in case you don't want me to. This was like ages ago during school, in private obviously. I didn't realise I had feelings for her, probably because she was my friend, but I kissed her on the cheek in private. But yeah, that was my closest to ever kissing somebody. And some people, you might be sitting there watching this thinking, oh, that don't count. To me it does, okay? Because I do not kiss my friends. I am not that kind of person. People that do is really confusing. I don't understand it myself. I just don't get it. Go away, I'm filming a video. Kit Kat gang. What was I saying? God, why do you guys distract me when I'm filming? My short-term memory is shit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, when I kissed my best friend basically, is that what I'm saying? Yeah, I kissed her on the cheek. But that counts to me because I don't kiss my friends. I do not do that. I save kissing for relationships. That's just how it is in my mind. Kissing is for relationships. I hug my friends, yeah. They're alright with hugs obviously because I understand like being autistic and not liking being touched because I ain't that keen. I don't only like certain people hugging me and I prefer to be out first, depending on who it is. I'm not a huggy, it took me ages to be somewhat a huggy person, but I'm not 100%. Because some people hug their friends all the time. I mean, I hug my best friend Michaela a lot, but we're best friends, it's fine. But a lot of my friends I don't really hug, unless they're feeling down and I might ask them, I'll be like, you alright for a hug? My guy friends I barely hug. I think I've only hugged Hazard once. He hugged me once I think, and I hugged him once, and that was about it. We're not like that kind of friendship. I used to always find hugs awkward. I mean, I still do with certain people, and I don't like being hugged by certain people. Like, I've never had sex either, I'm virgin, and I'm proud to be. I do not care. I remember like people in school would always be judgy and be like, when I was obviously under 18, the pops of people would say, oh, are you a virgin? And because obviously I was underage, I was like, what does that mean? I was late with knowing what all this means anyway. Plus I was underage, so how was I supposed to know what a lot of this means? Like, let's be real. And I was like, what does that mean? And then they said, oh, it means you haven't had sex. And either way, they're gonna judge you, and it's like, how is that their business? And then I used to get asked if I've had a boyfriend, if I kissed anybody. I didn't really say that I kissed my best friend though, could I? The closest to dating ever is into a relationship. I think partly because of that, I've never liked anybody in my real life. I've always liked people on the internet more than real life. But yeah, she was always straight, so I don't like her like that now. If you're watching this, I don't like you like that now, I can confirm that. But I never understood why people at school were so nosy. It's probably she used it against just to bully you. Yeah, I was bullied for many things in school, like for not being straight, not being normal because of my autism. I'm never gonna be normal, like a neurotypical, am I? And you know what? I am not bothered. I am proud to be autistic these days, no matter what anybody says. It's who I am, I'm born with it and I'm gonna die with it. I'm proud to be LGBTQ+ as well. I'd much rather have cuddles over sex any day. If I was in a relationship, any day. And if I'm in a relationship, I always explain that anyway. And if you don't want to date an asexual and never have sex, then go find somebody else, that's what I say. I never actually cuddled with anyone in a relationship way, I don't think. Romance has never really made me feel all comfortable when I'm in a relationship with a person, obviously not. Sex does. I do not like sexual stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this bit as well. I've never kissed a man, but I've kissed a girl on the cheek. That counts to me, though, because I don't kiss my friends. I don't go around kissing all my friends. No, kissing's for relationships for me. But it's weird though, because I've liked girls in the past. Still do, to be real. I've never dated one. I've dated men on the internet. That's what I mainly dated. I mean, I don't hate men or anything, but some men are like, yeah. I've talked to women and that online on dating apps and stuff, which I don't use anymore. I would never use Tinder because it was all hookup culture, which I never, as an asexual, saw the point in, but I'd never get it, let's be real, because I'm asexual. And I never used ones like Tinder. I liked OkCupid for a long time, I'm not gonna even lie. I actually made 2 friends out of it. For these dating apps I have actually made friends out of, but never really made relationships out of, but it's fine. But I realised I didn't like, well, the thing is, with me being Demiromantic, I can't just like somebody after a few times of talking. I have to be friends first and then take it slow and see what happens, but like, make friends first. Like, there's one girl, I think she might be in a relationship now, I don't know, but either way I'm happy for you, you know. I realised now with friends I don't have feelings for her. She's just an awesome friend. And then I met this other person, which at the moment we're friends. I don't know what's gonna come from it, let's be real. Yeah, at the moment we're still friends, but this is the thing about me being Demiromantic. I can't, at first it takes time if I ever do, I don't know. It's all confusing. And I forgot to mention that I can't like somebody based off a picture on the website. Some people like think I'm lying when I say I don't have a crush. I actually don't a lot of the time. I just don't. People don't get it. This is probably why. When I figured this out, I'm like, this explains a lot of it. Demiromantic. Like, wow. When I realise these things, I'm like, holy shit. Because everybody's crushing on everybody, and because of my friends at the time, I thought something was wrong with me, I guess, because I never really crushed on people. I mean, I can crush on people, but it's like very rare. And a lot of people are so obsessed with being in a relationship. I'm like, yeah, relationships are nice and all, but like, I wouldn't mind. But like, I'm not sort of the person, like, I ain't bothered. I'm not like desperate. I ain't bothered, really. But if someone comes along, they come along, and you know, and obviously, if I have feelings for this person, they have feelings to me back. And I realise that, which can take me a while to like figure that out sometimes. Boy, I gotta take it slow and see if I am talking to people. That's why I say to them, I gotta take it slow, be friends first sort of thing, and see what happens. This could take ages, because I can't just like somebody over 1 month or something. It takes a bit longer. Like my last relationship I was in, obviously I haven't been in a relationship in well over a year now. I ain't that bothered by it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, being single sucks, and I'm like here like, they're that bad. Like, it's nice being in a relationship, don't get me wrong, but I ain't that fussed by it, honestly. I don't really get it, but everyone's different. A lot of my friends are in relationships and I'm happy for them, you know. It's what makes them happy, and if they're the right person, then it's alright, isn't it? There's a lot of my friends that are single, but I don't have feelings for them, so. What was I saying? Why do I want to remember me so bad? Yeah, anyway, I was talking about friends and being in relationships. I ain't that fussed about being in. Sometimes I'm like, I won't lie, I'll be like, it would be quite nice to be in a relationship, but I can't date somebody I don't know. I've never, oh yeah, did I mention that I've never been on a date in real life? I don't know if internet dating counts. Yeah, I do believe in internet relationships and you can meet up with a person whenever. I've never been on a date in real life, and I couldn't just date somebody I don't know. I was gonna say something and I totally forgot. The thing is, I just say stuff. I was like, I'll tell you in a minute, and I'm like, oh shit, really now? Yeah, dating apps never really worked out for me, because obviously being Demiromantic, I've made friends thanks to the apps. Like, I've made friends, but like, I ain't that fussed by it. You know, if it works, it works. It works for some people, it doesn't work for everybody. Definitely not for Demiromantic. Yeah, I'll probably talk about this in my asexual video. OkCupid wasn't the worst dating app, to be honest. There was some people obviously just wanted to hook up, but I just skip and people's like, see ya. Oh, I'm not on OkCupid now, by the way. Yeah, there was like a load of asexuals on there. There was some pretty cool people on there, but I'm not very good. I think something else about dating apps, you're talking to all these people at once and you don't really know. It's like overwhelming after a bit. It's like, no, bye. And having to explain yourself over and over, it's like, oh, I have to do this. No, I can't be bothered with it. But I'm happy to say I made some friends through it. And autistic dating. I almost had a relationship out of that once, but I realised the person was very toxic. I'm proud of myself. Well, it's probably when my friends helped me realise the red flags. But yeah, as I probably talked about my dating experiences more in like asexuality and dating video, which I'll put in the icon, you can go check that out, because it's when I actually opened up. Because dating as an asexual can be hard as it is. I'm done looking for people, in all honesty, because like, if you look for people, I don't know, I don't really get looking for love. I just kind of wait. I did in the past, just wait for it to come to me. If it comes to me, if it doesn't, oh well. And it will eventually, but because I feel like that's how relationships should be though. It comes naturally. It doesn't just happen. like that, like some people expect. They go looking on Tinder for a relationship and it doesn't really work out, or you just end up with a load of like, I don't think I'll ever be using dating apps again. That's not, it doesn't really work for Demiromantic, so nah, not really the main play. This was Demiromantic flag I made like ages ago. I don't actually own a proper Demiromantic flag, but I've got this one I made. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say about being Demiromantic. I feel like this video's all over the place, but I never felt the need to come out as Demiromantic. I don't know. I know for me, coming out as asexual was a big thing for me at the time. I know some people never really got it because they're like, why do you need to come out about being asexual? But to me, it was a big thing. It's when I first realised, well, it's when I first accepted I was LGBTQ+. And it was hard coming out about that at first. Demiromantic is nothing, but people wouldn't understand. And I never used to go around saying it for a long time. I didn't want a long ass name explaining my sexuality. Sometimes I just say bi ace. But I have started putting in my bios and Demiromantic. I'm proud to be part of the aromantic spectrum as well, you know? I'm proud to be biromantic asexual. Sometimes I consider myself gay, a little bit gay or whatever. I'm proud to be asexual, and I'm proud to be on the aromantic spectrum, demiromantic. I don't think I actually have any demiromantic friends. I have a few friends who are asexual and demiromantic. I even have an asexual and aromantic friend, but I'm not fully aromantic though, and I don't really consider. Well, it's like I'm aromantic at first, and then the emotional bond / trust or whatever is created, then romantic attraction. So I can feel romantic attraction, but I can't just feel romantic feelings towards anybody. I just can't. It doesn't work like that for me. And that's probably why I barely had crushes growing up, and everybody, as they got older, was obsessed over having crushes. I think I didn't have my first relationship until I was 14. It was on the internet. And I didn't really understand anything about dating at the time. I mean, still, I was trying my best, but like, I never really understood it. My first relationship, it was kind of just happened. I don't really want to talk about it here just in case it's triggering to some people. Asexuality and dating video. And I did put a trigger warning on that video because of that. I don't want to mention it because it might be triggering. And obviously, well, me being autistic, I'm probably late on most things anyway. So I was 14, I didn't really understand dating or nothing. So that relationship kind of just happened for a long time. It's like, you know how people used to have their childhood relationships in first school? I never had that. I didn't really have friends either. I only had like one friend or two. Honest to God, I found it that difficult to make friends when I was in nursery, and probably year 1 and year 2 and year 3 and all that. Well, year 3 I was starting to make friends, just about. I didn't have friends because I really didn't think you was supposed to make friends. I think that's to do with my autism, you see. I didn't realise for a long time you were supposed to make friends, and because of my selective mutism I didn't talk to people anyway because I couldn't. And this is just part of who I am, really. Not a lot of people get it. I haven't really told a whole lot of people, but I don't think as important. It's like when I first told everybody I was asexual, it was a big thing for me at the time. Some people might not have understood why, but when I realised I was bi, wow, and I fully accepted I was bi, that was a big thing. Coming out as demiromantic, it's like, well, I haven't just come out about it. I'm not coming out about it just, well, technically, I don't know. I come out about it like ages ago, like I wasn't making it a big deal sort of thing, because I felt like it didn't need to be as big of a deal. I didn't make it a big deal as much, but I wanted to make a video on it because not many people know about it. It's like more people might realise they're asexual or demisexual or aromantic or demiromantic, grey romantic or grey sexual or whatever. They might realise they're on the asexual or the aromantic spectrum more than they realise. I know a few of my friends who are actually demisexual. 2 of my best friends are demisexual. Like, they can feel sexual attraction, but not unless the bond is created. It's kind of like me, but romantic attraction. It's kind of a similar thing, but I don't feel any sexual attraction whatsoever. I just never did, and that's okay. It's okay. Like, if you're watching this and you're thinking maybe this is me, or maybe I'm asexual, it's okay to be asexual. Be proud. And you will get the odd asephobe or whatever. That's what I say to them. They don't understand. Some people think we're lying, but we ain't. Everybody's different. Oh yeah, this is another thing I never got, I'm gonna say. It's friends with benefits. I never understood it for a long time. Never knew what it meant for a start. Like, friends with benefits, what the fuck is that? It's when you basically have sex with friends. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, each their own. I don't care what people do. I've been asked to do friends with benefits once on the internet, and I say I'm not into that. I had this girl flirting with me on Instagram. I was like, this is unusual. I'm not used to girls flirting with me. Then after a bit, she realised I'm asexual, and she told me she was into friends with benefits and looking for that. And I said, I'm not into that. But I was nice about it. I said, I hope you find what you're looking for. Because at the end of the day, I do not mind what people do. And if they ask me, I just say, look, I'm not into that. I can find somebody else. I never get it, but each to their own is what I say. Like, friends are for friends, not for... Well, I don't get sex in general, let's be real. Like, hookup culture, I don't get it whatsoever. And if you are on the asexual spectrum or the aromantic spectrum, you are valid. You really are. And you're awesome. Yeah, I don't know what more to say, so I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye, guys.